Good evening. It's now time to talk Nitty to me with Poker Ryno. Yes.
Welcome back to Talk Nitty to Me. I'm Poker Ryno, and this is the show where we talk poker, food, and all the crazy shit that happens in between. Today's guest is someone almost every Dallas player knows. If you've played at Texas Card House Las Colinas, you've probably seen her running around making sure everything stays organized, smooth, and coherent while all of us are punting off our stacks. Ladies and gentlemen, it is my complete and total honor to introduce my best friend, my sister, the love of my life, the friend of Peepaw. Please welcome Taylor Driscoll.
Hi, how are you doing?
I am peachy. How are you? Thank you for being a part of this
I'm
show.
good. I'm happy to be here. Thank you for having
Well,
me.
of course. Now, as much as I love you, it's going to be no different than anybody else because I love starting my show with the same questions.
Okay.
For those of you who don't know Taylor or want to get to know her a little bit better, I know you guy over there in the corner drinking Michelob Ultra and being a creep. I know you. And thank you for subscribing. Tell everybody who Taylor Driscoll is.
It's always is the most intimidating question. Like whenever you go into a job interview or something like this, I always this is the question that I blank on. Who am I? Well, I'm from Dallas, or sort of. I'm from Fort Worth, but now I live in Dallas. Been playing poker for about 6 years, but I started working in the industry almost 4 years ago, and it's been the ride of my life. I have had so much fun. To be completely honest, I started working in poker thinking it was going to be temporary. I was in sales before and left that and then took this thinking I'd be there for, 6 months or whatever. And then here I am 4 years later. But I would not trade it in for the world. It's been insane in the best way.
I know that pain all too well. It's the most beautiful pain that you don't wish on anybody but wouldn't give up for anything.
Yep.
What was it like growing up in Fort Worth?
So I didn't really grow up in Fort Worth proper. I grew up in Keller, which is North Fort Worth. It was just like any other stereotypical suburban neighborhood. It was nice. It was safe, but there wasn't. I'm sure, actually, now that I'm thinking about it, I'm sure there are big games that go on in Keller, but at the time, I had no idea. But it's a nice area, but it's definitely not Dallas. I like Dallas a lot more.
Yeah, I've lived in the Denton area, and there's just something magical about Dallas. I'm sitting here knowing full well as you do that I'm getting ready to move to Grand Prairie, but
Yeah,
man, I just get the gut feeling I'm going to be in Dallas way more than I intend to be.
yeah, I usually am.
Especially being a foodie, like my God, you guys have an incredible, incredible food scene.
We do. We absolutely do. You're discovering something new every weekend. It's amazing. And
Oh,
it's not, I mean, there's expensive options, but there's also some really good not expensive options that honestly I'd kind of tend to lean towards. But yeah, we have food and I
I,
like food.
I had a buddy of mine one time that was obsessed. Like he had the money to go to these nice restaurants, but for some reason he absolutely loved Valero burritos. Like that
I'm
was just
obsessed with taquitos from gas stations. I don't know what it is. I
yes,
love a
like the
good
little
gas station
tornado
taquito.
things.
I think it's the road warrior aspect of how my entire adult life has been. But I love them. I'm obsessed.
I I think it's because like you share a similar background to me where we're constantly on the road and we're constantly traveling doing what we love.
Yeah.
And it's just so easy to grab two of those taquitos or two of the tornadoes, whatever you want to call them. Grab a water, grab an energy drink, grab a beer, fuck it. But just to have those and conveniently eat them. I think
Yeah.
it's more of the convenience, but I don't know. It's like I remember when I went to Dallas for your birthday, and we were
Oh,
eating at all these bougie places, which, by the way, were incredible.
we did
But
good.
there's just something about McDonald's chicken nuggets that just does it for me.
Yeah, the classic. It's a classic for sure.
So I know you're hair deep in poker now, but
Mhm.
what did you think you'd be doing before you got into poker?
Ooh, this is a not crazy story, but it's just kind of wild how this has worked out. So when I was growing up, I wanted to be a police officer. And so I went into college. I went to Sam Houston State University, which is known for criminal justice. And
Yes.
about halfway through, I realized I kind of wanted to keep doing that, but like on a bigger scale. So I was like, okay, the military. And started trying to start the officer commission process, and then realized I needed money for like, equipment and whatever. And being broke college student at the time, I didn't have anything. And so I decided to go into sales to make that money, and then took this job. Now, here I am. I wouldn't trade it in for the world, but I do wonder a lot of the time, like, what would my life be like now if I did end up, going into, I mean, it would be so vastly different from what I'm doing now. It's just weird to think about.
It's almost like I'm genuinely curious. Like, had you gone into law enforcement, would poker have still somehow creeped its way into your life? Because, like, for
I
me,
think
I
so.
feel like you know what I mean? Everything happens for a reason.
I
And
think it would
so
have, because
if you'd
growing
gone
up,
that
I
path,
loved it.
and that was actually my next question. How did poker enter your life?
So I was really little the first time I guess encountered poker. I saw the World Series of Poker on TV. And I remember watching the dealer pitching and seeing the cards going across the table. And at the time, not really thinking it's a dealer. I'm thinking like the players are passing cards to each other for some reason. But I remember asking my dad, "Hey, what is that?" And he said, "Oh, that's poker." And for some reason, I just immediately like kind of caught on to it. And I remember that my parents bought me this like play poker set, and they kind of started to teach me a little bit. And then I forget what happened. It just never really blossomed past that point. But then I remember I was 23, I think, and I went to Vegas with my parents. And I remember we were going up like stairs or an escalator or something in the Venetian, and I saw the poker room kind of across the way, and I was like, "Man, I wish I was confident enough to be able to go in there and play." And flew back home, and I told my boyfriend at the time, "I really want to learn how to play poker." And he just kind of like looks at me for a second, and he's like, "Really?" And I was like, "Yeah." And he just kept kinda looking at me, and then he just went, "Alright." And, like, we sat at my kitchen island, and he taught me kinda, I guess, really more of a refresher, but taught me how to play. And it was, like, 2 weeks later, he took me he knew I would say no, and so he told me to get in the car. He's like, "I'm taking you somewhere." I was like, "Alright." So he took me to a bar game, and I remember the first time I played, I didn't do well at all. I think I lasted, like, 2 levels or something like that. And I remember the next week they had it again, and I almost didn't go. I almost didn't go, and I'm so glad I did, because that time I wound up getting second, I think, if I remember right, and from that point on, like, I just loved it, and I've played at least once a week
Yes,
since.
I love that
Yeah,
story.
yeah,
I
I love it.
love hearing that. I love, especially for the listeners, I love hearing that there was that slight moment where you almost didn't do it, and you were like, "No,
Almost.
screw this. I'm gonna do this."
Yeah, almost. I mean,
So,
that's another thing I think about, like, what if I didn't go then, you know? What would I be doing right now?
like, there is an alternate I love that comic book view where there's alternate universes,
Mhm.
where there's an alternate universe where Taylor is a police officer sitting outside a TCH Dallas waiting for the drunkards to drive home.
That's actually that's weird to think about. That's I mean, that's really strange. That's a really good point. I mean, that absolutely could have happened, Absolutely.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
So I think a lot of players see dealers and the floors, and they don't always understand everything goes into making a poker room run. So for
Mhm.
you, what's just a normal day like?
So, this is the best way I know how to explain it. So, we are to the floors what nurses are to the doctors at the hospital, if that makes sense. So, like,
Oh, I
they're the
love
ones
that.
making
Yeah.
always kind of how I've explained it. So, they're the ones making the big decisions. They're the ones that are like, "Okay, go do this, start this table, right?" And then we're the ones actually making it happen, if that makes
Right.
sense, because they have more important things to do than, ask somebody if they want a table change or whatever, but
Yeah.
go in the morning. I go in the morning. I go in at, like, 7:45. So, when I get in there, there's, like, 2 tables,
Ugh.
and it's not super busy, but I used to be the 4 PM to midnight, Wednesday through Saturday. That was fun. That was a lot of fun. It's a lot of chaos, but I am the most ADHD person I've ever met, so I just kind of thrive in that. Um,
I
but
could
I
see you
will,
thriving
especially
in
when
that
it's
environment.
oh oh, yeah, I mean, especially when it's busy. I mean, there's you have 6 people talking to you at any given moment, and they don't realize or care that you're, like, doing half a dozen other things, but it's so fun. I love it. It's a blast.
What surprised you the most when you first started this crazy poker employment thing?
How much I love it. How much I would
Really? Tell me more.
Yeah. I well, like I said, it's the chaos. So before when I was in sales, it was very structured. I mean, not super structured because it was outside sales, but it was more structured than
Sure.
what I have now, right? And me loving poker and then also loving people and then being, somewhat good at it, I guess. I was hooked and it's I mean, a good living. So I enjoy it.
Sure.
It's been a ride.
What's something that players don't realize happens behind the scenes?
This was one of the questions that I like sat and thought about for a while. Um
I was curious which ones, because I know I sent you the questions to give you the heads up, and you were like,
It's
some
like
of these, and I was like, I want to know which ones they are, but I don't want to ask her.
I know some things, but it's not things that I can say, right? Um,
Be as broad as humanly possible, and it doesn't even have to be anything scandalous. Like, let me point it out that way. It doesn't have to. I'm not looking for scandal. I'm not looking for like, ooh, the drama. I'm looking for more of just like, okay, as a bartender, the
uh-huh,
thing that the thing that a lot of guests don't realize is just
uh-huh,
like, for example, for me, if I have a full bar, every single person goes there wanting the full attention, but I can't
uh-huh.
give them the full attention. So I have to do the very best I can. And so for something like this question, I would say, like, as bartending, I'd say something that a lot of the bar patrons don't realize is like, I'm just one man. Like, I'm trying my hardest, but
And
they've
that's
got to
that's
have
what I
more
was gonna say
patience.
is a lot of people don't realize just how hard we're working. Like, I know you see us, like, sitting up there, but okay, when it's not busy, sure, fine, fair. But when it's, 7 PM and there's 30 tables and they're all full and, like, you have, 6 people talking to you all at once, it can be a lot, but we are working to make sure you get, the table that you need or the game that you want and all that. It's hard. There are days where it's hard. But as far as, like, behind the scenes,
Sure.
I'm not really super behind the scenes. So I don't really have, like, a direct answer, I guess.
Let me let me reword that question.
Okay.
And it's a two-part reworder, if you'll bear with me
Alright.
here. What's the most difficult part of your job?
Ooh. When I say difficult, I don't necessarily mean this in a negative way, but when
Sure.
God, sorry. Do you want me to repeat that?
No.
Hear my phone ding. So when I say difficult, it is not in a negative way. But when all the people are talking to you all at once.
I could see
And it's
that.
all the people talking to you all at once. It's either
I believe
one
that.
person or seven. That's the difficult part.
Yeah,
But
because
it's not difficult in the sense of it's bad. It's just
it's tough. It's just
mm,
tough because
it
you
can be
want
very
to make
overstimulating.
everybody happy. Yeah, yeah.
Mm,
Because it's like for me, like when I'm sitting at the table, and maybe it's because I'm in service industry, but you ask the
uh,
dealer to call the drink service, and it may take them like 10, 15 minutes to get there. Because guess what?
yeah.
They've got X amount of tables on the floor full of people. They'll get to you when they can. They're coming, and then they take forever to get there, quote unquote.
Mhm.
And they're like, "Oh my God, what took you so long? I'm not going to tip you because," and it's like, no, it's not. That
Yeah.
to me is something that's like difficult that people again don't understand. But you know what?
Yeah.
I asked that question to give this two-parter here. What's the most
Okay.
rewarding part of your job?
When I'm able if I get somebody like the table that they want and they have a good time, that's probably I know that's super corny or cheesy, but or kind of duh, but that's definitely the most rewarding part because you see them having fun, you see them having a good time, and it's like, all right, I'm doing my job right. Like if they're having fun, they got what they wanted, and it's beneficial for everybody, then yeah, we're gonna go out of our way to make sure that happens, and that's a good feeling. That's that's a really good feeling.
Yes, I love that.
Yeah.
Let's get some rapid fire going. Let's have some fun here. You ready?
Ooh, okay.
First thing that
Okay.
pops in your mind. Funniest thing you've ever seen.
Oh gosh. Funniest thing ever?
Hmm.
Okay, first thing that popped in my mind. You said first thing that popped in my mind. My cat accidentally jumped in
First
the
thing that pops
toilet
in
a
your
few
mind.
months ago. He's only done it twice
Yes.
and he's never since. He jumped in it like 2 days in a row and then hasn't happened before or since. It was weird. Yeah, jumped in the toilet. I
I
think well,
love that.
I usually have the lid down. And so the first time I like opened the lid because I was about to throw a tissue in there and he just like tried to jump. And it was funny because I saw him like mid-air trying to put the brakes on and then just right in. The second time he realized it like halfway and he just his paws got wet. But the first time it was all of him. It was great.
No, I love that because and we'll get back to the fire. I just have to tell this
Okay.
story. I love that story because my dear sweet Krill boy, who we all know and love,
Oh
uh,
baby.
I had a, I got, I had a bit of adult beverages
Okay.
and
As we
may or
do.
may not have ordered some McDonald's, as you do, and I may or may not have ordered McDonald's because I love me some Nug
As
Nugs,
usual. Uh-huh.
and it comes in a bag.
Okay.
Well, I went to the bathroom, and Krillin decided he was going to jump in the bag to get whatever was left over. I'm drunk, so I just assume Krillin's like hiding or something. So I pick up the bag, and it feels heavy, but I'm like, no, because I had put trash in there. So I'm like, It's fine. It's fine." So I take it downstairs and I put it in the dumpster. And as I'm walking away, I hear, and I go, "What the shit?" And I turn around and Krillin is digging out of the bag. And I'm like, "My Bubba, come here now." He has not jumped in a bag since.
Poor baby. Oh, I
He's
would have felt
he just
so bad.
turned 12.
Right.
Oh, I felt like shit. And the worst part was my grandfather was with me. Peepaw was with me.
Yeah.
And Peepaw saw the whole thing happen.
And he just let it happen.
And Peepaw, he let it happen because he figured I would hear him or something would happen. He didn't think it would take it all the way to the dumpster.
I mean, you heard him, but
Yeah,
It
but
was
it could have been
a
so
little
much worse. And so Peepaw's sitting there as I bring my dog back, and I'm holding him like, oh my God, my baby, my baby. And Peepaw's like, uh-huh. Just like, damn it. Okay.
poor little
Weirdest
piggy.
player superstition.
First thing that pops into my mind. I haven't seen this in a few years, but some people don't like $50 bills.
Really?
Yeah, they say it's unlucky. I've also seen the same thing with $10 bills, but that's actually, now that I'm thinking about it, probably a little more frequently. But yeah, I remember some people don't like $50 bills
Oh, damn.
because I
I've
think it's
never heard
unlucky.
that.
Yeah.
I'll take, maybe that's why I
Some
haven't wanted.
people maybe. Some people don't go to table 13. I've had that a few times. That makes, I guess, a little more sense. But it's
Yeah, I
also because
love
it's
the number
really cold over
13.
there.
Oh,
It's
yeah, yeah,
also
yeah.
really cold at table 13, so that could be a lot of it. Um, yeah, probably just the 50s, I think, is probably the weirdest superstition for me. Of course, this is going to be a thing that, like, I'm laying awake at night and then I think of something and I'm like, oh, God damn it. But
It
for
always
now,
happens. What is the weirdest prop bet you've ever seen?
so I have two that I thought of off the top of my head. They're both kind of sexual, and I'm so sorry. So we have this one player.
We're open
We
here.
call him Handsome Boy. You're gonna meet him when you come up here. He's a riot. But he has these little rubber ducks, and one of them has a like a BDSM theme. And I'll send you a picture of it so you can like put a little inset like right
Please.
here somewhere. But
Please.
its
I'll
boobs are
post it
out.
right
There's
here.
like this harness. It's really funny. So either that or I one of my waitresses over at Las Colinas, she gave me this little crystal penis. And I'll use that sometimes for like it's probably like yay big. I'll use that sometimes for like home games as a card protector, and nobody's touching that.
I love
Nobody's
that.
touching that.
What
I've also
is
seen like a
the.
dildo.
Oh, go ahead. A
Yeah,
straight up dildo?
at a straight up dildo at a home game. It was like a 6-inch dildo. Yeah. The suction
I
cup, he would
love
just
I love that you said it was a he.
that was
He's
fun.
just like,
Anyway, sorry.
fuck
It
yeah.
was a he. Yeah,
Fuck
it was a
yeah.
dude.
I can't even
Hell
hate
yeah.
on that. Like, I can't even hate on that. I literally, there's a player in the Dallas area named Cody, and I love Cody. We all love Cody.
We love
I want to get,
Cody. Hi, Cody.
I want to, I want to get a suction dildo, and I want to put it in front of him and don't say a word and just see what he
Oh,
does.
please do. Please do. Please do.
What is the what is the funniest thing you've ever heard someone say after busting? And I know you and
The
my
worst thing?
definition of funny. What's up?
Oh, funny. Do you
The
say the worst thing or
funniest,
the funniest thing?
funniest,
Funniest.
funniest. And I love
Ooh.
this because I know our definition of funny. So I
Uh,
welcome any and all stories here. And by the way, thank you for your answers because I've had some guests already that their episodes are going to come out. And don't get me wrong, they've been
uh-huh.
fantastic. I love them. I want them back on. But it's been very
Uh-huh.
vanilla, very, very, what can I say to get my name out there without getting, and you're just like, no, we're throwing some Tabasco in that damn vanilla ice cream. We're going to see what happens. I know you talked to me about the crystal dildo, and I know, or the crystal penis and the
Yeah.
dildo. So
Mhm.
those answers apply here by all means. But what's the strangest thing someone's brought to the poker table?
Other than that, I wouldn't say strange. But this was kind of neat in the sense of just you don't see it every day. Someone brought a monkey,
Like a real
like
monkey?
an actual, like a real life, honest to God monkey. He's
Oh
brought
my
him a couple
God.
times. Apparently, he doesn't like women, so I wasn't able to hold him, and I was sad. But yeah, a monkey, like an actual real life monkey that had a diaper on.
I think that wins. I think that
Yeah.
yeah.
That was like a year ago, I think. Yeah. Monkey.
Now we're gonna give some of the Dallas players some love here. Who's the biggest nit you know?
Uh-huh. Ooh. Probably, I'm gonna yell that for this. Probably my dad. Probably my
You
dad.
know
And I
what
say
though?
that out of love, but
No, you know what though? If we brought him with us to WSOP next year, because the listeners don't know
we
the
should.
kind of stuff that we have planned for next year. And listeners, we got some cool shit coming up. Like we're starting to talk nitty to me,
Excited.
and that's just the beginning. Y'all don't even know. But if we bring Papa
Yeah,
Driscoll to Vegas, I guarantee you his nitty ass would last longer than both of us.
probably. Yeah. We're too degenerate to make
My favorite hand
profit next year.
7-4 offsuit.
Yeah, there you go. See?
And
Already winning.
to be fair, you have seen the trash panda in action, and it has worked.
It has worked. Yeah, it has worked. It was
My
impressive.
answer to this one's Cody. Who is the biggest
Okay.
action player you know?
Oh, that would have been my first thought is Cody. God, why did you take that from me? I would have said Cody. Um,
You're welcome to
uh,
have him. We could share him. We could share him.
we'll share Cody. We'll share Cody. I'm sure he'll love that. Hi, Cody.
Hi, Cody. Oh my God, do you
We
remember
love
that?
you.
Hi, Cody.
Hi,
Oh
Cody.
my, I had such a kick out of that because I
That was
completely forgot that I was doing that. Where I'd go, "Hi, Cody."
Cody.
Oh,
That was a
people
good
don't
night.
even know. This is why I love having friends on the podcast because
Mm-hmm.
we have jokes that no one knows about, and they're just sitting there in the comments like, "What the shit are they talking about?" You don't know, and if you weren't there, you don't get to know.
If you weren't there, then sorry. Probably shouldn't
So
explain.
the one thing I love about you is
Yeah.
you are a proud female poker player. Like that
Mhm.
is the one thing. I mean, there's a list of reasons I love you, but the
Aw.
one that stands out the most is the fact that you are such a proud woman in poker. And
Uh-huh.
I'm not going to lie to you. Like, I've played heads up against you. I've played
Uh-huh.
against you in numerous things. I've played against women in the, what is it? Lips? Ladies in poker something.
Ladies in Poker series, I think.
I like that poker something still applied to lips. I think it is poker series. I think it is. I could be wrong,
I
but
think it is.
the thing is these women are coming in there and fucking destroying.
Yeah.
Like I've gone up against Poker Face Ash. I've gone up against the last time the first time I think that you and I actually met was when I did the TCH Dallas live stream for streamers. Like
The
everybody
one that
on
we
there was a do what?
the one that we can't remember for some reason.
The one that you had my number, and I'm like, how did you have my number? Because it was a former number for sure.
It was an old one. It's like 3 years, he's 2 or
I
3 years old,
I'm
yeah.
still fairly convinced that they were like, hey, he's coming into town. Here's his number in case he doesn't show up.
That's probably what it was.
I'm I'm just going with my gut there, but that stream, I remember it was a $2,000 max buy-in, match the stack.
Mhm.
And I remember specifically buying in for 1,000, which was the minimum. And
Mhm.
I was second place because I came in with 1,000, walked out with 8,500.
Yeah.
The one person that trumped me, and she beat me quite a few times heads up, was Poker Mama, Casey Mills.
Oh, yeah, she's good. Yeah, I love
She
her.
had my number, and I beat her a couple of times, but definitely had my number. Her, I know near the end, Mallory took like $500 away from me in one hand because I was trying to bluff her out, and she was just like, "No, sir." Um,
Yeah.
so I bring that up to you because, you know, I'm curious. Have you seen poker become more welcoming to women, or
Oh
what are your
yeah.
views on that?
I so I started playing right when COVID started. Um, and from what I've heard ever since COVID hit, of course, everybody was kind of locked down. A lot of people started, different hobbies that they had never tried before, like me. And so from what I've heard is a lot of women started playing poker, online especially. And
Sure.
I mean, you're gonna see the assholes every once in a while. Like that you encounter that all the time. But I shouldn't say all the time. It's not as much as you probably think it is. Um, but it's definitely I wouldn't say it's hostile. It's a lot more friendly than it was even just like 10 years ago, I would say.
Love it.
Mhm.
What misconceptions do you think people have?
That poker is gambling. I mean, okay, yes, there is gambling in poker, but there's also a lot of other aspects to it that I think people outside of poker don't really realize, and they just think it's something like, roulette or craps or something where there's minimal skill and maximum luck. Not that craps or roulette are bad, but
Yeah.
it's I hear that all the time of, "Oh, you gamble a lot." I'm like, Not really."
The
It's
way the way I view poker is chess. If you're a master chess player, no one thinks you're a gambler. Everybody thinks that you're a strategist.
uh,
Poker's the exact same way because
yeah,
how many times have you had the dirty diaper, knew, and the flop was like ace, ace, king, knew that
mhm,
they didn't have an ace or a king, raised it, and we're like, shit, if someone calls, they probably have it, but I'm about to find out real quick. It's strategy.
yeah,
Exactly what you're saying. I love that misconception that you brought up, because I agree with that 100%.
it's a lot of strategy, yeah.
Now, I will ask this of you because, again, I've played against you
Mhm,
a couple of times now. And granted, it was at the same little event,
mhm.
but you were someone that I would definitely put in the people to watch out for in the
Oh,
next
thank
couple of
you.
years. Of course,
I
like
appreciate that, thank you.
I definitely expect sooner than later, but by at least by 2029, you're going to give me a call and be like, Ryno, I made it to the final table at WSOP. Come be in my corner.
Oh, I'd love that, that'd be fun.
And I'll be like, oh, shit, I'm drunk outside Hara. I'll be right there. But
Stumble in.
with that being said, what advice would you give to women thinking about coming into poker?
Just do it. Just do it. Just take the
Yes.
leap and do it. I mean, maybe, kinda read the order of hands and stuff before you go in, but just do it. Seriously. I mean, it's been the most rewarding part of my life, at least as of lately. Like, you'll make so many connections with so many amazing people, and just do it.
It's
Just do it.
so funny because, like, I knew a ton of people in high school. I knew a ton of people in college. I knew a ton of people when I was a pro wrestler. And my life revolves around my poker friends because they are my favorite people in the world.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
What can players do to make the poker rooms better for everybody? So we've
Oh,
obviously
God.
heard and talked about
Mhm.
what the floor and the staff and the owners can do. What can the poker players do?
Just be kind to each other. I know that sounds really weird, but it's amazing how many it would just be so much less tense, you know? Like, everyone's always trying to one up each other, which, okay,
Yeah.
on in poker, like, great, yeah, fine, but it's just be nice to each other. Like, it would just make it so much better. Like, we will speaking of staff, I mean, we will go out of our way for somebody, if even if they're just polite to us, just to, make sure they, get a good table and they do well. I mean, that being said, like, we're not going to intentionally screw people over that are mean to us, but
Right.
I mean, we will go above and beyond, even just if you're just polite. It's
No,
just
and
be nice to each other.
I love that. I love that answer because I was playing at TCH Austin,
Mhm.
and I remember sitting down, and I knew this was going to be my last day. We're not. I'm not. I've talked about it in my first episode. We're not going to really get into it right now, but Taylor, you know what I've
Mhm.
been going through recently.
Yeah.
Um, I knew this was going to be my last time playing poker at a card house for at least a month.
Mhm.
So I sat down and I had $60 and there was a free roll. And I remember my
Yeah.
grandfather telling me, like, hey, if this is really your last time for a while, just go play. Just go have fun. If you
Yeah.
win, you win. If you lose, you lose. And I remember sitting
Mhm.
down and I bought in for the minimum of the 60. That's what I had.
Mhm.
And everybody's like, Ryno, like, you're not max buying in? And I just said, no, like, and if you've sat with me at a poker table, if I'm quiet, you know something's wrong.
Right.
And so they were like, Ryno, like, you're not max buying in? And I said, no, I've got to deal with other things. I'm just here to kind of just kind of get my mind off things.
Yeah.
And without missing a beat, two people came up to me and said, "Hey, we're gonna max you out. We're gonna split you to max out." And then two other people
Aw.
came up to me and said, "Hey, we're gonna we're gonna go ahead and give you this so that if you make it to the second to the end of reg and you can do the add-on, you can add on." And it said,
Aw.
obviously, if you get eliminated, just give it back to us. But
Mhm.
if you make it there, add on. And I ended up taking third place. So I ended up making
That's
an okay amount, much more than
good.
the $60 I came in with.
Yeah.
And the beautiful thing was I went to every single person that added that money for me,
Mhm.
and they said, no, 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 just get me a beer next time. Just give me a beer next time. Give me some food
Mhm.
next time.
That's
Like they
awesome.
were like, this is your win. Enjoy it.
Mhm. That's
And they
awesome.
didn't have to because I'm sitting there trying to like double up what they got me and triple up what they got me. And they're like, no, 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 like that's you.
That's awesome. That's
Um,
awesome.
so we've talked about the Dallas area a lot, but why do you think poker has exploded in Texas?
The money. There's just
You think
so
so?
much money in Texas.
Yeah.
Dallas, Houston, and Austin, there was so much money. That's literally it. Just money. And I think once the rooms started opening and people realized, oh, this is a thing that we can do and not necessarily get in trouble for it, that yeah, it just from there. Just the money. That's it.
What do you think is different about Texas poker than anywhere else?
It plays a lot bigger. I mean, 1-2 plays like 5-10 at least. Some especially on like a
For
Friday night and
sure.
everyone's drinking. I mean, it's like 1-2 50, 1-2 65. Like it's just
how,
it plays so big.
how many times did Cody and I freaking go in with $500 in a hand without looking at our cards?
Oh, it was so many. And then didn't you win with 7 deuce like twice?
I still think I still think my favorite hand of all time was me going, "Hey, everybody, I'm not looking." And I flipped over pocket kings and some guy
That
goes,
was
"There's no way that you didn't look. There's no way you didn't look." And I'm like, "Oh, if it had been 7-2, would you have been mad?"
yeah, that was
and,
funny.
and screw it, the dude had an ace. Like he could have still beat me.
Yeah. Anyone could beat anybody. I mean, it's less likely, but it's possible.
Fair. Um, Let me ask you this. Where do you think
Mm.
poker as a whole is headed in the next 5 years? Like
Poker
with
just in
people
Texas
like
or
Caitlin, what's up?
poker as a whole? I mean,
Poker as a whole, like especially because beforehand you had people like Negranu, you had people like Phil Hellmuth,
mm,
and Phil Hellmuth I think was the original like social media dude without social media. Like he was the one that people would do viral
Mhm.
clips of and everything. But now you've got women like Caitlin Kametsky, who she is like we all know Big Daddy Brad Owens is the
Mhm.
original podcaster, the
Yeah.
podfather.
Oh,
But
it's
Caitlin
funny.
Kametsky, I would for sure say Caitlin Kametsky's like his underling,
Mhm.
and
I can
she's
see that.
starting to do it, and she's starting to kill it out there, and people that are in like it's only a matter of time before Poker Mama, Pokerface Ash, and Wolfgang. Well, maybe not Wolfgang. That boy
I think
bets on
Wolfgang's kind of
anything.
already at that status. Yeah.
Yeah, but what I'm getting at is it's starting to gear towards those players who are entertainment. So where do
Yeah.
you
Oh yeah.
see poker headed in the
Mhm.
next 5 years?
Kind of piggybacking off that, now that WSOP has moved back to ESPN, or at least for the final table, I'd
Yeah.
like to see it get bigger. And I think that's going to help a lot, bringing it more into
Yes.
the mainstream. Maybe not like quite like a moneymaker boom, but I would like to see it, being back on ESPN is I would
That's
like to see
huge.
that. Yeah,
That is
that's huge.
absolutely huge. And let me
Hmm.
ask you this really quick. What's one
Hmm.
thing you'd like to see card rooms do more of
Like in Texas?
in general?
Ooh,
Got him.
this might be the one thing that I don't have an answer to because I can't think of anything off the top of my head.
It's so funny because, and I guess that's the beauty of different poker rooms is what one place offers the other doesn't, but they offer something that they don't, and this and
Mhm.
that. Like one of my favorite poker rooms of all time is if you go to Tulsa, you know where Hard Rock Tulsa is,
Mhm.
about 20 minutes away from there is this other casino. I can't even remember the name of it, but I spent quite a few days there when I was in Tulsa for the Run Good series at Hard Rock Tulsa.
Mhm.
And it was a Jimmy Buffett themed casino where all the dealers wore Hawaiian shirts and swim shorts.
Margaritaville, right? Was
It's
it Margaritaville?
Margaritaville, but that's not
Yeah.
the casino. I can't remember what it was something Native American, but it had a theme to it.
Interesting.
Yeah, it was great.
Huh.
Like they had affordable freaking tournaments and everything. But the thing that I loved the most about it was going out to their outside balcony and just looking at the overview and looking at the pool and just
Mhm.
sitting down and just relaxing.
That sounds nice.
You know what? You know what else sounds nice?
Hmm.
I'm throwing out one more rapid fire for you because I enjoyed it the first time. You ready for this?
Yeah.
Cash your tournament.
Ooh, I play cash for fun and to socialize and talk to people. I play tournaments to make money.
Love it.
So it depends on the mood I'm in.
When you're in that tournament mood, deep stack or
Mhm.
turbo?
Oh, deep stack. Turbos. Okay, turbos I kind of have the same feeling about that I do cash. I go to turbo. I mean, I try my hardest, obviously, but turbos are a little bit of a crapshoot sometimes. So like I'll go to have fun,
Absolutely.
but if I right, yeah. But yeah, deep stack, longer levels, that's what I enjoy.
This may be the most difficult question you've ever had to answer.
Okay.
Pocket aces or 7-4 offsuit?
That ooh.
Trash panda or pocket rockets?
Can I say both?
You have to explain why.
I mean, I think I like 7-4 off just because it's your hand.
Look at him.
And Trash
Look at
Panda.
him. Look
It's
at him.
so
He wants to
cute.
know.
He's little. Have you seen those sorry, weird tangent. Those video clips of Jimothy, the raccoon in Seattle that has short spine syndrome?
Yes. And I love him.
So cute. It's so cute. We need to have like a Jimothy hand.
Please. Okay, being a Texas girl,
Mhm.
breakfast tacos or pancakes?
Oh, breakfast tacos. I'm not really a sweets person. I'll eat sugary stuff sometimes, but breakfast tacos all the way, always.
You know what's funny? And I think I explained this to you one time. I can't remember.
Mhm.
I don't eat sweets, not because I don't like them, but because I can't stop. And one of my greatest
Yeah.
pleasures is the Japanese souffle pancakes.
Hmm.
Love those. But
Never
I
tried it.
agree.
I've seen the videos. I've never tried them.
Oh my God, they're so good that they just put butter on it.
Hmm.
And it was incredible just on its own. Like no syrup, no anything, just the butter.
That
But
sounds amazing.
breakfast tacos first and foremost. It's the perfect meal to have when you're on the road. It's a perfect meal when you're
Mhm.
at the poker table. Okay, old fashioned or margarita?
That's actually really funny. So usually I would say margarita.
Okay,
Okay. A week ago, I think I had an maybe
about
it was
a
a little over
week
a week ago. I had an
ago.
old or I tried one. It was I forget what the bar's name was. It was in Frisco. And I remember so
Oh,
I've
I do
always
like
hated
Frisco.
whiskey up until this point, and I tasted it, and I literally, like, set it down and just did, like, this whole thing, and just, like, looked at it because I was afraid of, like, how much I liked it, and then I, like, tried it again just of, like, okay, maybe that was, you know, a fluke, and, the second time, okay, I'll throw up, and then I liked it again. I was like, "Oh, no." 'Cause I come from a family that loves old fashions, and then I've just never been an old fashioned girl until apparently 7 days ago. So I would always say margarita until, like, last week.
Dude, if you make a good old fashioned, you got
Mhm,
me. Like that's, ooh, I love a good old fashioned. Now, I love me a prickly pear margarita. If so, hear me out. There's
mhm,
a beer that's made in Blanco, Texas. It's
'kay,
real ale devil's backbone.
mhm,
If they offer it in bottle or draft, screw whatever we're drinking, I'm getting that. If they have a prickly pear
mhm,
margarita, screw whatever we're drinking, I'm getting that. Any other
mhm,
time, it's either an old fashioned or a rum and diet.
okay.
Favorite movie?
Forrest Gump,
Oh, I
all-time favorite
love
movie.
that. I love that
That's a good
for
movie.
you.
I would say Forrest Gump, wow. Forrest
Forrest
Gump,
Ghost.
Unbreakable Forrest Gump Unbreakable, that, Bruce Willis movie is also really good. 12
Do you
Angry
like
Men.
Unbreakable? Do you like Unbreakable or the franchise?
I like the franchise, but I also liked Unbreakable as, like, a standalone movie.
Mm.
Like, when did
See,
you
with
ever watch, what was it called, Split?
yes.
And then when Bruce Willis came on at the very end, I screamed, and I was, like, the only one in the theater that knew what that meant. I was
No,
like, "Oh,
I went opening night to go see Split, and
nice."
I remember half the theater was like, "Oh shit, we got a series, we got a franchise." It was so because they
It
kept it
was a
so
really good
hidden.
reveal.
And you were
It was
saying,
they
okay,
kept it very underground.
I love this answer because of obviously your age and the release of this movie's day. But you said 12 Angry Men. Like, I love that you love that.
I watched that. It was the well, I know there's 2 of them, but it was the older one that I've seen.
Yeah,
Fantastic movie. Like, you would and I watched it when I was, like, 14, so you'd think, like, a 14-year-old wouldn't watch a movie that's set in one room for an hour and a half or however long it was, but no, it's
no,
amazing.
and I
It's an
love
incredible.
that because did you ever see the movie with Colin Farrell, Phone Booth?
Mm-mm.
So Colin Farrell did a movie in the early 2000s called Phone Booth. 98% of the movie takes place in the phone booth.
Really?
And it's
Okay, I'm gonna have
and
to look that up. That's interesting.
yeah, and it's just him in the phone booth. And
Okay.
obviously the phone calls come in
Right.
and he's sitting there talking to the police and he's just like this and this. but it's such a brilliant movie, and I love that the same way that I love 12 Angry Men, where it just takes place in one location, and people sit there and go, and I love that you're a poker player, because people are sitting there like, well, how can you sit there for umpteen plus hours just playing one game? And you're just like, bruh, you have to be there to understand.
Yeah.
Okay. This can be local, this can be well known, this can be whoever.
Okay.
Who is your favorite poker player and why?
Gosh.
My answer is obviously Cody.
Favorite. Like, I don't even have anybody that like pops in. I mean, the first person I thought was Phil Hellmuth, but like that's just because he's Phil Hellmuth.
No, that's a solid choice.
Was that a solid choice? Okay. I like
That's a
that
solid
he like
choice.
I like that he talks shit. That's fun to watch.
I like that he doesn't back down.
Yeah.
Like, I
I like his
like that
mindset.
if he talks shit to you, he's not going to back down.
Yeah.
I'll tell you who my honest to God favorite poker player is, and this is a man who has not only destroyed me in poker numerous times, has doubled me up numerous times, but he is the only man to ever beat me, to get me to fold when I would have won. This piece of shit beat me with the trash panda when I had the best hand. He raised it $1,400 just to say that he beat me with the trash panda. And that's 3 coin.
I love Randy. He's another one of my
Randy,
favorites. I love Randy.
Randy, I will never forget that. I was at TCH Dallas. It was the live stream game. And he checked. All I had to do was check, and I would have won the hand. And I would have had more money than Poker Mama. And I raised it because all I had, there was a flush, there was a straight, and all I had was ace jack. So I had the high card pair with a high card kicker. I was stupid and I re-raised it. And he goes, you know what? $1,400 on top of that. And I immediately assumed he had the straight or the flush, and I folded.
Right.
And he showed me the trash pen, and he goes, I just wanted to beat you with your hand, baby. And I said, I fucking love you.
I
Only
love
you
him.
can get away with this. So
I love him.
Phil Hellmuth is a solid choice, but I got to go
Mhm.
with 3 coin for me.
I like him. He's fun. He's so much fun.
Most underrated poker player.
I haven't really paid enough attention, honestly, in the last few months to really tell you. Underrated. That's a good question. I think there's so many people who are underrated, you know?
Mhm.
Ooh, that's a really good question. I think Poker Face Ash and Poker Mama. And then probably I'll also throw Abby Merck in there. You know who Abby Merck is?
Yeah, no, I know. I know of her. I don't know her,
Yeah.
but I know of her. Apparently, we're
Yeah,
in the
I've
same
met her
town.
like once or twice.
Apparently, we're in the
Oh,
same
really?
town now. Apparently, she lives in Austin.
Oh, that's cool. I didn't know that.
I'm going to throw this one out there.
Mhm.
I'm going to say Mallory.
Yes.
That
Yes,
woman
that's
has
another good
whooped
answer.
my
Yeah.
ass. That woman has whooped my
Mhm.
ass in multiple cities, in multiple tournaments, in multiple
Oh,
live
yeah.
streams.
She's a killer.
Oh, she's so good. She's so
Yeah.
good. I don't, you know what? I do like your choices though, because I think Poker Face Ash, Poker Mama, and Abby, I think they're on the cusp. And you know what?
Mhm.
I don't know her, but I'm gonna throw her in there anyway, is Alex Lovelace.
Yeah,
I
I know
think
exactly who you're talking about.
all of them are on the cusp of being freaking dominant. They just
Mhm.
all get in their head.
Yeah.
And I think the problem is, and I'm the first one to know this because I do it too. The problem is
Mhm.
you're trying to play your best because you want to use this as footage for your next live stream or your next episode. And so
Mhm.
you're playing for the episode and not for the moment. And I think
Yeah.
once they get away from that, and this is definitely advice that I'm giving to myself as well. I think once they get into the mindset of screw it, if I lose, I lose, and I don't use the footage. If I win, great.
Mhm.
I think they're going to dominate.
Yeah.
Whereas
Oh, yeah.
Mallory, I don't think like um Randy has the bankroll to be able to play the way he does. A lot of us
Yep, yep,
don't.
for sure. Yeah.
A lot of us don't. And I think Mallory plays like 3 Coin, but with
Mhm.
the confidence that she doesn't need that bankroll.
Yeah.
But I love that she's still humble enough that like she won the TCH Trailblazer series last year. I loved the fact that it still meant something to her.
Yeah.
Okay. If you could have dinner with 3 poker personas, local, famous, dead or alive, whoever, who would they be and why?
Daniel Negreanu, just because I think he would be so much fun. Phil Hellmuth, because I would like to pick his brain about tournaments. Third one. Ooh. Mallory. I think the
Love it.
4 of us would have fun.
And it's
All
so
4 of
funny
us.
because with all the connections Mallory's making, like that is all you got to do is show up in Vegas and that could happen.
Yeah, they could. They very well could.
I like to finish each interview with these meaningful questions to me. These are the ones that I
Okay.
really like took the time to think about.
Okay.
Um, what's one thing poker's taught you about life?
Mm, a bunch of things just flew into my head. That's taught me about
Spew
life.
it.
Ooh, how do I put this? So, poker has taught me to be a lot more analytical and to how do I put this without
Just let it out.
it's taught me a couple things. Okay, it's taught me to be more analytical, not just with poker, but like with life. But it's also taught me the importance of having connections with people.
Sure.
And I know I brought up earlier that networking has been a huge part of my time in poker. Like I've met so many incredible people. Um,
Absolutely.
and I think they kind of go hand in hand because I mean,
They do. They for
yeah,
sure do.
yeah.
Uh, the one thing poker's taught me
Mhm.
is exactly what you're saying. Like, I've made so many connections with like you meet people who are just like these wonderful human beings. And then you find out that they have memberships to these country clubs that you could never get into. And they're like, yeah, come play golf with us. Or
Yeah. Oh yeah.
they have connections with their jobs. They're like, oh crap. And they're like, yeah, dude, I can help you out. And that's the beautiful thing about poker is you meet these people at face value. They like you for who you are.
Mhm.
Like,
Yeah.
I will say this because you were there. You and I were recently playing at a poker series, and I showed up, and these people were just like beyond kind to me. They loved me, but there was one guy who just was not a fan of me, and
Yeah.
everybody there had my back.
Yeah.
And all I did was true to myself. I said like, "Hey, dude, you're crossing a line with me. Like, please stop. This, and this." And
Mhm.
and these are people who had no reason to have my back.
Yeah.
And so that's what I love about poker is the fact that it doesn't matter what your income is. It doesn't matter what your credit score is. It doesn't matter. All that matters is that you're a good person and that you're you're kind.
Yeah.
Going back to what you were saying earlier, just be kind. Just be cool.
Kind. Yeah.
You know what? I know how podcasts work, and I know Taylor Driscoll will eventually be a name that people know, and they're going to look you up. They're going to look you up, and they're going to be like, oh, let me look at podcasts from back in the day when she was on them. So that being said, if someone watches this interview a couple of years from now, 4 or 5 years from now, what do you hope they remember about you?
So I brought up being kind earlier and how I think that's important.
For sure.
I hope they remember me as being kind to everyone.
I love
That's
that.
it. I mean, maybe that I'm good at poker too. That'd be cool. That would be a plus. But no, I would just want people to think I'm a good person.
You want people to be like, you want people to be like,
hard
yeah,
to come
she
by
won.
kindness.
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Yeah. Sorry, I was gonna say it's hard to come by, or I shouldn't say it's hard to come by, but in poker, it's much less common, I guess, than it is in real life. Everyone's
Sure.
just trying to screw each other over, and yeah, just be kind.
No, that's awesome. Like I love the idea of them being like, oh yeah, Taylor, the girl that used to work at TCH Las Colinas, and now she's a 3-time bracelet winner, 4-time Trailblazer winner, 2-time Run
That would
Good
be nice.
ring winner, WSOP circuit winner. But she was also kind. Like I love that. I love that that's what you cared about.
Yeah.
And then my last question, I ask this on every interview. Who do you believe from everybody you've gotten to know? Who do you believe is an up-and-comer that could use the rub and should be the next guest on Talk Nitty to Me?
Mallory.
I love it.
Mallory. Of course. Mallory. That's like a given.
Taylor, thank you so much for coming. Like seriously, I think this episode gives people a chance to see a different side of you and poker. And for all of you watching, listening, viewing, if you enjoyed this episode, please like, share, subscribe, send it to a loved one, email it to your grandpappy, send it to your ex-girlfriend or boyfriend, because screw them, they need to listen to this too. But before we go, Taylor, where can the fine folks at Talk Nitty to Me find you?
Instagram at the Taylor ND. That's where I'm at.
All right. Well, guys, this is Taylor Driscoll. I'm Poker Ryno.